Okay, Winnie, so we're starting a new book this week, and it's number 8 of the Magic Treehouse books, Midnight on the Moon. Now, I want you to remember that while I'm reading this book, I'm going to be saying your code words somewhere in these videos, okay? So keep your code words coming, and if you don't hear your code word, but you think that you hear me say something that might be a code word, then I want you to comment that word below, okay? This book is really fitting because right before we left school, we talked about the Apollo 11 mission to the moon. And we even went on a field trip where we got to see them actually take off. So this is pretty cool that we're reading a book about this, a Magic Treehouse book. Okay, prologue. Remember, the prologue is like what the author wants you to know that's happened up to this point in the series. Okay. One summer day in Fog Creek, Pennsylvania, a mysterious treehouse appeared in the woods. 8-year-old Jack and his 7-year-old sister Amy climbed into the treehouse. The treehouse was filled with books, and it was magic. It could go any place that was in a book. All Jack and Annie had to do was to point to a picture and wish to go there. They visited dinosaurs, knights, an Egyptian queen, pirates, ninjas, and the Amazon rainforest. Along the way, they discovered that the treehouse belonged to Morgan Le Fay. Morgan was a magical librarian from the time of King Arthur. She traveled through time and space, gathering books for her library. One day, Jack and Annie found a note that said that Morgan was under a spell. Jack and Annie set out in a magic treehouse to find 4 special things that would free her. With the help of a mouse named Peanut, Jack and Annie found the first thing in old Japan, the second in the Amazon rainforest, and the third in the Ice Age, which is the book that we just read. Now, Jack and Annie and Peanut are ready to find the last thing for Morgan in Midnight on the Moon. Chapter 1, By Moonlight. Jack, whispered a voice. Jack opened his eyes. He saw a figure in the moonlight. Wake up, get dressed. It was his sister Annie. Jack turned on his lamp. He rubbed his eyes. Annie was standing beside his bed. She wore jeans and a sweatshirt. Now, if this was me, somebody's waking me up in the middle of the night, I'd be like, there better be like a rainbow unicorn or something that you're waking me up for, because Miss Hamby would not be happy about this. Okay, let's go to the treehouse, she said. What time is it? Asked Jack. He put on his glasses. Don't look at your clock, said Annie. Jack looked at his clock. Oh, man, he said. It's midnight. It's too dark. No, it isn't. The moon makes it bright enough to see, said Annie. Wait till morning, said Jack. No, now, said Annie. We have to find the 4th M thing. I have a feeling that the full moon might help us. That's nuts, said Jack. I want to sleep. You can sleep when we come back home, said Annie. No time will have passed. Jack sighed. Oh, brother, he said, but he got out of bed. Yay, whispered Annie. Meet you at the back door. She tiptoed out of Jack's room. Jack yawned. He pulled on his jeans and sneakers and a sweatshirt. He put his notebook and pencil into his backpack. Then he crept down the stairs. Annie opened the back door. Quietly, they stepped outside. Wait, said Jack. We need a flashlight. No, we don't. I told you. The moon will light our way, said Annie, and she took off. Jack sighed, then followed her. Annie was right, thought Jack. The moon was so bright that he could see his shadow. Everything seemed washed with silver. Soon they left their street. Annie led the way into Fog Creek Woods. It was much darker under the shadows of the trees. Jack looked up, searching for the treehouse. There, said Annie. The magic treehouse was shining in the moonlight. Annie grabbed the rope ladder and started climbing up. Careful, go slowly, said Jack. He followed her up the ladder and into the treehouse. Moonlight streamed through the window. It shone on the letter M that shimmered on the wooden floor. It shone on the 3 M things that rested on the M. The moonstone from the time of the ninjas, a mango from the Amazon rainforest, and a mammoth spoon from the Ice Age. We just need one more M thing, said Annie, to free Morgan from her spell. Squeak! Peanut, said Annie. In the dim light, Jack saw a tiny mouse. She sat on an open book. You didn't expect us this late, did you? Said Annie. She picked up Peanut, and Jack opened the book. So where are we going this time? Annie asked him. Jack held the book up to the moonlight. Uh-oh, he said. I knew we should have brought a flashlight. I can't read a thing. He could make out diagrams and shadowy pictures, but he couldn't read a word. Look at the cover, said Annie. The letters were bigger on the cover. Jack squinted at them. It's called Hello Moon, he said. So where do you think they're going? Annie gasped. We're going to the moon? Of course not, said Jack. It's impossible to go to the moon without tons of equipment. Why? There's no air. We couldn't breathe. Not only that, we'd boil to death if it was day and freeze to death if it was night. Yikes, said Annie. So where do you think we are going? Maybe a place where people train to be astronauts, said Jack. That sounds neat, said Annie. Yeah, said Jack. He'd always wanted to meet scientists and astronauts and space scientists. So say the wish, said Annie. Jack opened the book. He pointed to a picture of a dome-shaped structure. I wish we could go there, he said. The wind started to blow. The treehouse started to spin. It spun faster and faster and faster. Then everything was silent, absolutely silent, as quiet and still as silence could be. We're going to stop right there for today. Don't forget, comment what you think the code word was. Bye, everyone.